Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to show you how to build a basic WordPress plugin from scratch. If you are new to WordPress development, this is a perfect starting point. Let's get started. So what exactly is a WordPress plugin? Plugins are piece of software that add functionality to your WordPress site without altering the core files. So it is a code file that resides in your WP content folder, right? They can range from small tweaks to larger applications as well. So whatever you want to tweak your functionalities or anything, you can just make a plugin, and in that plugin file you can code according to your need. You can browse through the codex website of WordPress. You can jump to developer.wordpress.org, and in the plugins you will find the information about what is plugin and why we are making plugins. That means you don't touch WordPress core and you are adding the functionality to your website as well. Every WordPress website has its own requirement, so we are having different plugins, or you can alter the functions file in your theme as well, but we prefer if you are having plugin for your customization that will be easy to manage. Before we dive into coding, we need to set up our development environment. You'll need a local server environment like XAMPP or MAMP, or as my previous video shows that by local you can install the WordPress locally, right? So another thing is a code editor like VS Code, and basic knowledge of PHP and WordPress is needed. Make sure you have WordPress installed locally. If you need help with this, check out my tutorial on setting up a local WordPress environment by local WP. Once that's done, open your WordPress directory and navigate to WP content folder, and in that we'll go to plugins folder. So let's just dive in. We can open this code, our website code, in VS Code directly. Click on VS Code and the code is open now. So you are having the WordPress files over here. We don't want to tweak anything, but we can customize our requirement in WP content and plugins, right? Let's create our first plugin. So in plugins you need to create a folder. Just right click and create a new folder called, let's say, my first plugin. Okay, in that folder you have to create a file with the same exact name. Create a new file, my first plugin.php, right? In that way WordPress will detect that your main plugin file is here. Now to run the WordPress plugin, let me just show you the environment, the WordPress environment. When we are going to WP admin, and in here we'll go to plugins. We don't have any plugins over here right now, so let's just add any plugin. Let's add the classic editor for now. Install and activate. So we'll see which are the necessary information needed for WordPress to detect our plugin. So there is a name, there is a description shows, then the plugin version, then this is the author link and author name, and this is the details link, right? So we have to do the same. Go to Google and search for WordPress plugin headers. So in that you will find the header requirement. So basically what you will need is, this is the header that you need to put in your PHP code file. Just copy this and put it after the first PHP opening tag. So if you just write this, save, and go to your plugins, WordPress plugins, refresh this, and you'll see your plugin is getting detected by WordPress. Let's just modify it a little bit better. So your plugin name could be my first plugin, right? Refresh the plugins page and here is your name. After that, if you want to add the description, there will be more header fields listed over here. You can use any of them, right? So here is the basic thing that has been provided. Let's just copy this and add it accordingly. So this is my first plugin. This could be plugin URI. That means where is our plugin resides, right? So we can give anything, like for now we can go for google.com. Description, that will be, this is my first word WordPress plugin. This is the version. So for first plugin, we'll see that we are going to versioning at 1.0.0, requires at least 5.2. This is WordPress version, like at least 5.2 is needed for that. So if your WordPress version is lesser than 5.2, then this plugin won't work, right? So our current WordPress version is 6.6.1, so it is going to be compatible. This is the requires PHP field. You can mention your PHP version over here. So if you have used any rich PHP function that has been launched in PHP version 8.0 or something, so it won't work in PHP 7, right? So you can mention it over here. Your author name, let's put Optim Text Studio, and your author URI, optimtextstudio.com. This is the licensing version, URI, and all things. This is the text domain, and it will be helpful once we'll make our plugin compatible, a translation ready. Okay, and this is the domain path for languages, as I've said, and requires plugin or anything. So these are all the supportive fields that is supporting our plugin. If you don't want to use anything, you can just remove that. As if I don't want required plugins and all, I am not using it. If I don't want text domains and domain path, I can remove this, so that's okay. Just save this and go to your WordPress plugin. You will see that your first name is here, your plugin name is here, this is your description, this is your version, this is your author name and linked by URI. So what if you won't give the plugin URI, sorry, the author URI? So if you are not giving your author URI, that will not be linked, it will have the plain text. So many of the fields are optional that you can use as per your convenient, and this is the plugin URI, right? Let's activate, and you can see your plugin is now activated, but it doesn't have any functionality as of now. So we are going to see how we can do that. So whenever we are visiting our website, so if we are going to show some message over here on top, let's use the hooks. So we'll create a separate video for that, what are hooks and how we can use that. Okay, so adding a action, the add action function requires two parameters. First is the hook name, let's say we are going to use init, and second one is callback. So callback function is something like on init hook which function you want to use. Okay, so call me on init is the function. Let's just copy this and create a function name call on init and echo something like am I working fine, and refresh your page. You'll see that on every page you will have this message. Let's go to sample page and you have the message, right? Now we'll see how we can alter the page title everywhere, like your post title or page title everywhere. For that, we'll move back to our code and let's change the action, like it is a filter for changing the title called the title, and we can change the callback function as well. So let's do that. Change page title. Okay, it supports one parameter, that is title, whichever title the original title a page or post has, it will supply that and you are going to return it. So if you are simply returning the title, you are doing nothing. So whenever I am refreshing the page, the message is gone and this is our page title. Now if you want to add some postfix to it, let's just go to our code and add the postfix, such as let's say add OTS, and save that. Refresh the page and you can see that everywhere, if you are going to the post, the only post we have is hello world. You can see the dash OTS is here. If you're opening that post, you will have the postfix as well. So in all over your posts or pages name, it will be changed, right? So like this you can do anything with action filters and your plugins. And that's it. You have just created your first basic WordPress plugin. From here, you can expand on this by adding more features and functionalities. Okay. If you have enjoyed this tutorial, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment below with what you have learned. Thanks for watching. Bye bye until next time.